I gotta ask y'all, how do you feel about this? Is Diddy guilty or is he not guilty? I mean, did he do it or didn't he? At the end of the day, it's your boy E-Oil, aka the Harlem Legend, man. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you set your bell notification so you know when I'm dropping a video or going live. I ain't gonna hold you. Is Diddy guilty of what they saying he did, trafficking? I don't know. The people are speaking out now, and these are people that's been down at the courthouse, you know, every day, giving blood, sweat, and tears. Salute to them. Some may come off biased. We don't know. Some may be in their feelings. You dig? But you got to respect the word of the people that's actually in the building every day. The people that's paying attention to word by word that's being said on that stand. Now, we've seen a lot of inconsistencies. Hey, from what I've seen. I only can speak on from what I've seen. I've seen a lot of inconsistencies from the prosecution. You heard a lot of people got on the stand and lied. A lot of perjury being done. So at the end of the day, for me, I feel like Diddy is not guilty or it should be a hung jury. One or the other. But I want to give y'all the perspective of the people that's actually in the courtroom.
Count of racketeering conspiracy. Do you think that Diddy is guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
For that one, I don't know. I'm not sure.
I stay neutral.
I think he's guilty of racketeering conspiracy. Yep.
Not guilty.
I don't know, but me personally, no. I don't think, I'm gonna tell you this. No on the RICO. Most definitely, I'm gonna say no on the trafficking. I'm gonna give you a no on it. The tuition, we're gonna have to see about that one, what you're gonna see. You know what I'm saying? That'll probably be the one that'll bite him if he get bit, I would say. Because Cassie, he was in a relationship with Cassie for 10 years and different things like that. And her age and a lot of things that people are factoring. But as far as the Jane go, I don't know. I don't think he should be there no time for the slip and slide. Not for the slip and sleazy, homie. Not for the Astro slide. Not for the J, homie. Not for the J.
I think not guilty because they have to prove 2 out of, I believe, 8 of the charges, I believe, and I only find one of them really credible.
Which one is that?
Bribery.
On the 2 counts of sex trafficking, do you think that Diddy is guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Not guilty. Not guilty.
I think he's not guilty.
I think he's guilty for sure on the count that involves Cassie. The one for Jane, I feel like that could go either way.
He threatened to not give me my $10,000 a month allowance. Well, half the people on the jury don't make that in a month. So I think it may be difficult for the trafficking for Jane based on her claims. Much stronger, though, for Cassie. And the big thing that they shared with us, that the government clarified, is you only need one instance where they did not consent to wanting to do a freak off. And for Cassie, it's very clear that would have been the day at the hotel.
On the 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, do you think he's guilty or not guilty?
I think he's not guilty there, too.
That one, I would say guilty.
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 I'm split. I'm split on that charge because I feel like he might get found guilty on the transportation. But me personally, based on what I've heard in court, I don't think he's guilty of that charge specifically.
I mean, it's clear as day. You flew him out. You paying him for doing doing a do. I mean, that is clear as it can be. Now, when it comes to the other ones, some people are mixed. I feel like Cassie is a slam dunk, but the transportation, they showed all of the rooms, the text messages, the coordination, the deposits, who paid for it, the receipts for the hotels, all of the things and it's clearly illegal, clearly trafficking. So I feel like that for sure is, without a doubt, guilty.
I'm going to be real. I'm going to keep it 10,000. I feel like we're living in a society where you got to find Diddy guilty of something. Yeah, not me. I'm just saying we're living in a society where I'm not going to be shocked if the verdict comes back and they find him guilty of something. Because we're living in a society today where, oh, you might have not did this, this, and this, and this. Oh, but you definitely did this. You see what I'm saying? So it's a pick and choose society today. Although I feel, me personally, I want to make this very clear. I feel like Diddy should walk. You heard? But it's not always like that in the court of law. And there's a lot of injustices being done. And if y'all really fully watched this trial and paid attention, it would be an injustice for Diddy to actually be found guilty of anything in this trial. Now, if it was domestic violence, because he was with Cassie for 10 years, we all seen the video. You heard? So at the end of the day, I got to keep it 10,000. We're living in a society today where they feel like they have to find this man guilty of something. Oh, he did something. And a lot of feelings are being stirred up in this, coming from all angles. Yeah, there's a lot of people in their feelings over this Diddy situation. We got to call it what it is, especially women. A lot of women may feel some type of way, even men too at a certain point, little sister, big sister, mother, they may feel some type of way. But that's not what Diddy's on trial for, y'all. He's not on trial for domestic violence. I would say crucify him 100% if he was. But at the end of the day, some of these charges are just not accurate. You heard? They don't coincide with what's going on here. And today, as a black millionaire, damn near billionaire that he was, oh, they don't want you to walk free. That could never happen. You heard? That may be even more of a democracy. If you heard, they may look at that even more of a crazy situation if you just walked away from this clean. The government is always after your money. You heard? And he has a lot of it. You heard? But he can lose that right overnight with just this decision. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. Should he lose everything over this decision? Because a guilty plea, he forfeits all his money. Yeah, a guilty plea, when they find you guilty at trial, he loses everything because they look at that as assets to feed his net, to feed what he had going on. So at the end of the day, God bless everybody involved. I see the family's been down at the courthouse every chance they gotten, and that's just a blessing in itself, right? But I will say this, he's an evil guy. You heard? Diddy is not the best person. He is an evil son of a, if you know what I mean. But at the end of the day, for somebody to be facing 30 years from the kind of trial that I heard, they were very unprepared. You heard? This trial should have never went as far as it went. Some of the charges shouldn't even been, pronounced in this indictment. This shouldn't even been an indictment. I gotta call it what it is. This shouldn't even been an indictment. I feel bad for everybody involved, but they do say, what you do in the dark does come to light. Yes, he likes a little bit of on his jump board. Like, it all came to light. But at the end of the day, is he guilty of this? Not for me. I got to be honest, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you set your bell notification so you know when I'm dropping a video going live. Welcome to Harlem Legend TV. I appreciate everybody, man. Leave a comment. Salute.